Thank you for calling Radio OPIO. Oh yes, you are listening to Radio OPIO. The topic we're going to discuss today is warbirds, but a particular warbird, Spitfire. Yes, so listeners, we're going to open a line up for all of you who want to call in and ask questions. The number will be 188 Spitfire. That's 188 Spitfire. And you are listening to Radio OPIO. Now, if you want to watch us live, we are also via internet channel, YouTube channel, Super Bumblebee 78. That is Super Bumblebee 78. Oh yes, that is a real YouTube channel. If you want to see more Spitfire build videos, part 1 and 2, because this is part 3, go on Super Bumblebee 78. That is on YouTube, okay? Caller number 1. What's your question? Hey, Opio, I'm building a Spitfire. Oh, and by the way, I just want to say thank you for taking my call, because I really enjoy your radio station and the topics that you discuss, even on your YouTube channel, Super Bumblebee 78. Go ahead, caller. What's your question? Well, I want to know, how did you do those canopy rails? Okay, caller. First, what we did, we took a 1/4 by 1/4 by 12-inch rail, and we made our line for where the rail would sit on a fuselage first. I marked it with a pencil, okay? And I was very careful that I measured both sides of the plane evenly. Then what we took, I'm going to just show you this piece of cut rail that I had left over. What we did, we placed it and tacked it in place with CA to hold it really well. Now, it wouldn't even matter if you CA'd it to the fuselage, because the part that is being CA'd to is going to be cut out anyway. So now, we tacked it in place, and then what I did, I took a X-Acto knife and I scored really careful, applying light pressure. You want to continue to score until you cut through, break through the skin. Then you want to do the top, score. And this is going to give you almost that perfect precision fit. Of course, you might have to take something and do a little sanding to smooth just a little bit. But what you want to do is keep from breaking the paint and just get a real score. Now, just want to show you that this Composite Arf warbird is made of, I believe, a fiberglass and foam, vacuum pressed foam. So you can see what it is. Once you get through the first layer, it's gonna cut really easy. All right. So we scored, cut, boom, fit it in. Then I tack welded the rail in place with CA. After I tack welded it, I took some epoxy and carbon fiber hairs to hold the rails in place. Alright? But as you would notice, where you come out here, this is where the cockpit is going to be. So this part, you can't see carbon fiber hairs on top of the rails anyway. Alright? I did epoxy and hairs on the bottom of the rail. So that's what's holding in place. Micro balloons. And it holds really well. Okay? Next, I took a drill bit. I'm going to get a little closer. And as you can see, there's a little round cut in the rail. Well, that's to allow for my 440 balls that's going to be connected to the sliding canopy to be able to insert onto this rail. So here's my canopy that I cut out. I put blue tape on the inside and out. That's to protect the clear Lexan. Then I took a piece of flat brass, cut to length of the canopy on the inside, epoxied it in, and that's to create a stiffness so that the canopy will slide smoothly without flexing. There you see the 440 balls drilled in place, and I'm going to demonstrate how I put the canopy on. This ball will fit to that side of the rail. Then on that side, notice how smooth and easy the balls slide in. This side is in, and this side is in. Observe how well the canopy slides. Really smooth, effortless. I'm barely pushing, you know. So there you go. You got a sliding canopy. Caller number 2. The line is open for you.
Oh yes, my husband likes warbirds, and I thought maybe he should have a cockpit door on his warbird. How did you do that, Bill?
Okay, caller 2. What I did was, first I took a Dremel and cut the top of the rail. It has to be a precise cut. You want this rail to stay lined up at all times so that canopy will slide easily back and forth. Then, because this bird has real nice distinctive panel lines, the door had panel lines as well. And I took my X-Acto knife and again I kept scoring, cut, both sides until I broke through. Then I did the bottom. I used piano hinge. I cut into the skin with the X-Acto knife very carefully, and I did the same thing on the pilot's door. Epoxied my hinge in, made sure I put some grease on the hinge so that it will be free and won't stick from the epoxy or get locked up. And there, you have a pilot's door. So, there we go. We have many issues to discuss, or many topics to talk about with this warbird. Next time we'll discuss what we're going to use for a fuel cap. We're going to discuss motor and thrust issues. We're going to discuss exhaust. Do we want to go pits? Do we want to go with scale stacks, canisters? What do we want to do? Alright, so callers, listeners, I thank you again. I thank you again for listening and watching. But here, one more added bonus. Same as the pilot's door, we did a switch hatch. And I took some fuel tube, bent it, and made it look like a handle. You got your piano hinge up top, magnets to hold it, open and close. That's my little bonus for you. I'm glad you can listen to Radio OPO, and we'll have more for you on the next go around. But we plan to make this bird fly high and high and high and high, real nice and smooth. That's right, warbird. Check out our channel Super Bumblebee 78 on YouTube. Thank you. And next time, call 188 Spitfire.